we have this week an early midweek analysis video because actually, thankfully, almost all of our signals have reached their take profit levels. For the starter, EURUSD, which I have sent last Saturday, has already reversed exactly from the given price of the buy with, as you can see guys, a zero drawdown, a very accurate entry with actually so far 88 pips of profit. Of course, that was the maximum so far, 44 pips. Pound USD has almost reversed from the take profit level. It has also reversed from the entry and went in 107 pips of profit, almost reversed from the take profit level, which now means we have to make a new signal for the Pound USD. AUDUSD has also reversed exactly from the given price of the buy and went in about 60 pips of profit and reversed almost from the take profit level. USDCAD unfortunately was the only one that has failed. The others, of course, not activated. And not to mention, of course, the gold, which is really so far a winning signal, running in about 230 pips of profit. Anyway, not only that, but also the free signals, even the VIP signals on Telegram is doing so well. As we can see, we have made so far over 200 pips, if I'm not mistaken, with our signals in the VIP group of Telegram, and the members can actually confirm it in the comments in this video if they wish to. So as we can see, almost 90% winning ratio. Each day, only one small loss of 15 and 10 pips, the other signals reaching their take profit level. So it's surely a very profitable and a winning week for everybody in Xtreme Trader family. Regardless if you are a paying member or a free follower, you surely have gained profits with our signals. So now, what's next with the market? And let's now begin with the EURUSD. So now from my point of view, as you can see, my friends, EURUSD actually resumed the rise, and yesterday, Monday, it made a bullish breakout from this level of a resistance at 1.088. Now, the market is actually retesting that broken level. And if we look carefully also, we can see clearly that we had right here a broken level of a resistance trend line, as we can see. Check this out. So right here, of course, we had the higher high of the resistance trend line, and then the resistance trend line has been respected twice, and then the bullish breakout happened, and today, Tuesday's candle is an actual retest candle of that level, which means most likely the market will continue the rise, and we have to consider buying the EURUSD again at another point. Now, the question is from where? So let me first of all delete the old signal, and let me just tell you that most likely we can, you know something, let me just move first to the 4-hour time frame. Now here on the 4-hour time frame, we have here a structure. Now to find the decent levels to start buying the market, we have to look at the strongest levels of a key support and resistance in this structure. Now the strongest key support level that I can see here is exactly right there, exactly right here at 1.083. Now, check this out. If I zoom out like this, or actually, you know what, let me just scroll to the left side. Check this out. This level, my friends, has actually been a very strong key level of a support in the past. 1.083 is a very strong level on the EURUSD. As you can see, whenever the market made a bullish breakout and retested that level, it has always been a very strong key level of a support. Sorry about that, my friends. I had to pause the recording for a while. So where were we? We were talking about this level of a support, I believe, right? Now, of course, we have almost bought the EURUSD from this level of a support. So we have here a support zone, but I doubt if the EURUSD will actually go again to the same level so we can buy it. So most likely we can buy the pair at a sooner point than that. Now, to find the answer, we are going to use the Fibonacci retracement. Now look at that. Fibonacci retracement is telling us that Fibonacci 50 is actually holding the position of a previous resistance, which was in the past also a support as well. So meaning, including that zone that we're talking about, I mean that zone of the support like this, for example, this is the support zone. Out of this support zone, we can most likely buy the EURUSD exactly at Fibonacci 50 to be fair. And by looking at the left side, let me just now scroll again to the left side, we can notice something, that Fibonacci 50 was actually a very strong key level of a resistance more than as a support. Now what does that telling us? it tells us that the market actually facing a lot of pressure right now on this level of a resistance, as we can see, and the market right now is moving in a bullish movement. So meaning, if the Euro USD will continue the fall, it will retest the broken level of a strong resistance on Fibonacci 50. Most likely after retesting that level, it will create a new support, and as we can see in the past here, it was also a support as well. So meaning, we are looking for the broken level of a resistance and hoping for it to become a new support, and after that it will continue the rise. And seeing this support trend line like this is actually confirming our analysis that most likely the Euro USD will continue the fall for another like 19 pips, and then we can proceed to buy it again. Now if that happens, and hopefully it will, our take profit level is going to be almost the same right here at the highest level of a real resistance at 1.093, and the safe zone that shouldn't be ranging much lower than Fibonacci 61.8, which means it will be ranging for around 30 pips only against 70, or actually let's say 80 pips of profit. And moving now to the Pound USD. Alright, so now for the Pound USD, as you can see, it has reversed almost from the take profit level, which means our target has already been approached, which means this signal is no longer valid. Let's see now what we can do next with the Pound USD. So from my point of view, if we look right here at the daily chart, we can see the similarity with this one and the Euro USD. Right here, of course, we have a broken level of a resistance trend line, and we can see that the retest is already happening on that level, which means the market will actually continue the rise. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the eventual target for the Pound USD will be right here, the resistance at 1.286. Now, by looking, of course, at the broken level of a resistance, it means that we have to look at the left side to find a decent level of a support where we can actually expect from the market to continue the rise and reverse from. Now, by moving to the 4-hour time frame, look at that. Right here exactly, we can see that we had here a broken level of a resistance, as we can see exactly at 1.275. Now, that level, of course, right here it was a broken level of a resistance, and even here it was a resistance. So what we are looking at basically is something similar to what happened now with the Euro USD. Most likely the market will respect or actually retest a broken level of a resistance to create a new support, and we can see right here exactly we had the nearest level of a support to that previous level of a resistance, and the retest already happened, my friends. Right here we do have a support number 1, so our only hope is for the market to fall again, and then we can buy the market exactly at the second attempt of the support. So that being said, we have to wait for the Pound USD to fall to another 19 pips before we can proceed to buy it. And of course, the take profit level will be right here at the resistance at 1.255, which means we can look for around, let's say around 100 pips of profit, hopefully. And this safe zone that shouldn't be ranging lower than the previous level of a key resistance right here at 1.270, ranging for around 45 pips only. Let's now move to the AUD USD. Now, AUD USD, my friends, has already reached our take profit level. I mean, come on, guys, don't bust my balls over those 1 pips. I mean, look at that. The market exactly reversed at 1 take profit level. At 1 pips from the take profit level. I mean, that's not really my style. I mean, I'm going to take the credit of the signal and to say this signal has already hit the take profit level. So now, what's next with the AUD USD? In my opinion, the AUD USD is different from the other pairs, and right now we have to consider selling this pair. Now, by looking at this level right now, right here, what we're having right now is an actual fake breakout happened. It's not like what happened with the Euro USD and the Pound USD. The market here formed a resistance trend line that hasn't been respected, which means most likely now the AUD USD is going to continue the drop or the fall. Now the question is where exactly we can sell it. Now I would like to highlight that we have right here, of course, a real level of a resistance trend line, which indeed has been respected, and keep in mind I am still on the daily chart. Now what we can do next is simply look at the left side right now, and here we can see a strong key level of a resistance right here exactly, and that is the nearest level of a resistance to that bearish breakout candle. Now by moving to the 4-hour time frame, look at that. right here exactly, we have the nearest level of a key resistance to that bearish breakout candle, and also that level of a resistance trend line. I believe in, according to my analysis, right here we have a resistance trend line that most likely is going to be respected again once the market reaches that level. So therefore, we're actually going to look to sell the AUDUSD exactly from there. I would like to lower my point because I wanted to actually reach our the resistance trend line right here. So therefore, we have to wait for the AUDUSD to rise to another, let's say about 16 pips before we can start shorting it. Now the question is, where exactly is going to be our take profit level? The take profit level can be placed just right here at the nearest level of a key support at 0.658, ranging for around 68 pips only, and the safe zone that also shouldn't be ranging higher than the peak of the resistance right here, which actually created the fake breakout for another 34 pips only. That's going to be our good signal, hopefully, for the AUDUSD. Let me know, please write it for you. Moving now to the USD CAD. Now, as I told you, my friends, USD CAD signal has unfortunately failed. And as we can see right now, our sell opportunity hasn't been triggered. Now, the problem here is that I really wanted to send you a sell signal exactly right here, where the market is right now reversing from at this level of a key resistance. And the market now is already reversing from there. I mean, by moving to the daily chart, we can notice that this level was also a strong key level of a resistance in the past. 1.369 is a very strong key level of a resistance, and I still believe that the USD CAD is going to continue the fall, judging from this level of a resistance trend line. Therefore, it's kind of a bummer that our signal has already been approached, but I mean, there is absolutely nothing can be done about it. I will just continue sending you the signal to sell exactly from the current level where the EURUSD is reversing right now. And that's going to be at 1.369. So let's just hope the market is going to reverse from this level. And let's just now expect actually a small drawdown of another, let's say about 17 pips only, till the market reach this level of a key resistance, which is actually the highest level in this zone right here on the resistance zone. But I don't expect from the USD CAD to reach higher than this level. So that's everything for the USD CAD. Let's now move to the pound JPY. Now for the pound JPY, it finally has made a major drop. As I told you guys, last 2 weeks I couldn't analyze this pair because I told you that we have to wait for a good price action on this level of key resistance, because we were not sure if the pound JPY will continue the rise or make a bearish reversal. And now the reversal already happened, which now gives us a clear image of the pound JPY. The market had dropped for another 351 pips against that level of a resistance. Now we have a clear picture of the JPY, and now we can know where to sell this pair. So by moving now to the 4-hour time frame, I would highly recommend to sell the pound JPY, exactly at this level of a resistance right here at 198.830 for a simple reason. First of all, this was a broken level of a key support, as we can see right here, which is the nearest one also to that bearish breakout candle. So now we can see that the market is reversing upon the pressure from the current support right here at 197. Next, right here exactly, we can see a nearest level of a resistance to that bearish breakout candle as well. If the pound JPY with this strong major drop is going to reach this level, I doubt that it can actually break out easily from it. Most likely it's going to make a pullback, which can actually provide us with some profits. So therefore, selling the pound JPY exactly at 198.830, targeting of course the original level where the market has already reversed from, which is right here, the real level of a support at 197.476, which means we can look for around 134 pips of profit. But the safe zone this time, of course, cannot be reached higher. It cannot be higher actually than the previous level of a key resistance right here also at 199.512, which means the safe zone will be ranging for around 70 pips against 134 pips of profit. And finally, moving now to the USD CHF. USDCHF went in the right direction, but unfortunately hasn't been triggered and already exceeded our take profit level. So now, what's next with this pair? At least it went in the right direction. That's a point for me. Now, we look at actually a previous level. You know something? Let me just delete everything. Now, what we are looking at is right here a previous level of a key support at 0.890. And as you can see, the market has already been respecting that level of a previous support. So right now, we can expect a pullback to happen. So if the pullback happen, I actually believe that the USDCHF is going to continue the fall. That major drop right here is really, it's really strong one. And by looking at the weekly chart so far, now, you might tell me, but the seller now, the USD-CHF is right here on a previous level of a key support, which means the pair is going to continue the rise. I tell you, not really, because as we can see right now, we have right here, of course, guys, a resistance trend line. And as you can see, that level of a resistance trend line has been respected. Even right here has been respected. So therefore, I doubt that the USDCHF will be able right now to rise again and bounce above this level of a resistance trend line. Everything says that this pair right now is in a very strong bearish movement. And most likely, the USDCHF right now is going toward this level of a key support right here at 0.879. So most likely right now, we are looking for a strong bearish movement. Right now, we can expect a pullback to happen. I don't deny that. Right now, a pullback can happen, but eventually the pair will continue to fall. So by moving now to the daily chart, now what we can see right here is an actual previous level of a key resistance right here exactly at 0.894. Now, let me just now scroll to the left side and confirm that this was, of course, a strong key level of a support and a resistance. It was indeed a strong key level of a support, as we can see, and this wick right here represents a resistance. If we keep scrolling to the left side, I don't think the pair has ever reached that level before. We can see here a resistance as well. As you can see, this is the nearest one I can find to our current price. So USDCHF is to be resold again, but the problem is this is going to happen after a while. We have to wait for the pair to make a rise for another 40 pips before we can start shorting it. So is there any other way to confirm this entry? The answer is absolutely yes. What we can do right now is simply rely on the magic of trend lines. Now, how do we do that? And that is actually my favorite part in analyzing the market, is actually draw a resistance trend line from any key level of a resistance to any other key level of a resistance. For example, I will draw my key resistance trend line from this lower high, like that, to this lower high, just like this. So right now we have here a resistance trend line. Now what I will do next with this level of a resistance trend line is simply drag and drop it just like that. Now by simply placing it right here exactly, let me just now zoom in. Now as you can see, I have placed my resistance trend line exactly right here at this level of a resistance trend line, and as we can see, it has always been respected. Now, most likely, if the USDCHF is going to make a pullback, it will actually be respecting the same level of a resistance trend line. Now, if what I'm saying here doesn't make any sense to you, I won't blame you, because you didn't watch my video, which called The Magic of Trend Lines. Please look up my videos on this channel and find the videos called The Magic of Trend Lines Part 1 and Part 2. It will explain to you everything you need to know about this kind of trading. So anyway, our entry will be to sell the USDCHF at 0.894, targeting 150 pips of profit, and a safe zone that shouldn't be ranging higher than the previous level of a resistance right here, and a key support at 0.901, ranging for around 67 pips against 170 pips of profit. And there goes our signals, my friends, for the midweek analysis. And tomorrow, of course, I will make a special video to follow up with the gold analysis and see what we can do next with this pair. So until then, my friends, I hope that is informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.